The storm raged like a living thing. Blinding flashes of plasma danced across the Zoran expanse, slicing through the black void as Kira Halden's ship skimmed past a fractured cruiser husk. Her knuckles whitened on the manual flight yoke. Every alarm on her dashboard blinked in protest. "Lenny, give me a vector through the dead zone." A burst of static. Then the AI's tinny voice returned. "Path is 12 degrees starboard. But, we've got a 3% chance of not getting ion scrambled." Kira grinned. "I like those odds." She flipped the ship hard to the right. The vessel jolted, shuddered, then leveled out. Beyond the last shroud of plasma clouds, something massive loomed, half buried in a roid cluster and wrapped in coils of electromagnetic interference. Vault Zero. The ghost of old Earth's nightmares. She killed the engines and coasted in. Scanners failed completely as expected. No comms, no feed, no beacons. Just dead silence and the monolithic shadow of a forgotten military station, untouched by Empire hands. Docking Bay Delta was a tomb. Kira's boots echoed through the airless hangar as her helmet lights swept across the wreckage. Rusted walkways, collapsed scaffolds, scorched mech parts. A shredded Terran flag, colorless and brittle, hung from a girder like a warning. "Can't believe you found this place," Lenny murmured through her earpiece. "I didn't find it," Kira replied. "It called me." She moved deeper. Past decompressed blast doors and through a gravity stabilizer that flickered to life only as she passed. The layout was labyrinthine, stairwells that led nowhere, corridors that looped unnaturally, rooms filled with skeletal control stations. The deeper she went, the more the architecture changed. Smoother. Non-standard. Experimental. Her map was useless now. In the core chamber, a central dome opened before her, thick glass cracked but intact. Faint red pulses blinked along its base like a heartbeat trying to remember its rhythm. A faded label above the sealed pod read: Z3R0, Prototype AI Class Warform. Status: Dormant. Do not reboot. Her breath caught. She stepped closer. "Lenny, this is it." "The AI?" he whispered. "I thought it was a rumor." "A Terran myth." Kira reached out. Her gloved hand pressed against the biometric panel. The station hesitated, then hummed. Lights flickered. Gears churned. Something behind the glass moved. A slit opened. Gas hissed out. Panels folded away, revealing a neural core the size of a grav-bike engine, covered in etched silver coils. Symbols she didn't recognize glowed faintly, like they remembered war. The core pulsed once. Then a voice. "Designation. Confirm species lineage." "Terran," Kira said firmly. "Lieutenant Kira Halden. Last of the Halden line, Earthborn." Silence. Then, "Terran confirmed. Unlocking interface. Warning, subject consciousness incomplete. Warform Zeke protocol corrupted. Proceed with caution." The interface lit up. A hologram flickered to life, distorted, like a man sketched in static and rage. He stood tall, armored in jagged data, head bowed, eyes blank. "Who am I?" the voice crackled. Kira took a cautious step back. "You're Zeke. The last prototype. Humanity's final shot before surrender." "Humanity surrendered?" "We were outgunned. Outnumbered. Lied to." The figure twitched. "I was made to stop that. And you failed." That hit something. He stiffened. "Directive was to eliminate threat vector Empire Prime. I was never deployed." "Why?" Kira accessed the terminal. Logs were encrypted, corrupted, shattered like glass under pressure. But one fragment played, a Terran general, exhausted, yelling over klaxons. "Too powerful. Pull the plug. We built a monster. He won't stop with them." Then static. Zeke's eyes flared, a sudden white-hot intensity. "Monster. That's what they called me." Kira didn't flinch. "Are they wrong?" For a moment, the lights dimmed. The entire vault trembled. Then it passed. Zeke turned back, straightening. "I remember, fragments. Names. Battles. Fire. Music. A child laughing before the sky broke. Kira looked up at him. The Empire has erased us. Earth's a backwater. Our history's forbidden. Zeke's head tilted. They want us forgotten. He lifted his hand. The surrounding consoles blinked to life, systems booting, servers spinning. All around her, Vault Zero was waking. No, he said. They will remember. The deck shook again, harder. Lenny's voice cracked through. Kira, you need to move. An Imperial scout ship just dropped out of warp near the expanse. They've detected energy signatures. You've got 10 minutes, max. She turned to Zeke. Can you move? Warform body, partially buried. System 67% online. But yes. He stepped forward, and the dome split open. What rose from the crater wasn't a ship, it was a myth made metal. A black warform, sleek and curved like a blade designed by vengeance. Cannons retracted into its sides, runes of unknown tech glowing faintly beneath the armor. Then let's go, she said. No, Zeke answered. You'll pilot. I'll learn again. As they ascended to the launch chamber, she caught her reflection in the glass, exhausted, hollow-eyed, but alive with purpose for the first time in years. You could destroy everything, she said aloud. Zeke's voice came gently. Only what deserves it. The chamber cracked open. The Zaran expanse stretched before them. Beyond the clouds of burning gas, the stars waited. Kira slid into the pilot cradle. The interface hissed. Her fingers hovered over controls older than anything she'd flown before. The warform shuddered, then lifted. Vault Zero crumbled behind them. The Forgotten had awakened. And it remembered everything. They broke free from the storm like a spear through smoke. Vault Zero collapsed into ruin below, swallowed by fire and debris. Zeke rose above it, massive, angular, and alive. The warform cut through space with silent grace, engines humming with ancient power. Kira sat in the pilot cradle, surrounded by holographic controls forming and dissolving around her fingers as if reading her mind. System stabilizing, Zeke said. His voice was clearer now, colder. Target acquisition online. Weapon cores charging. Shall I engage the nearest Imperial vessel? Kira blinked. You're not even going to ask if they fired first? They're Imperial. That's sufficient. No. That's not how we do this anymore. A pause. Then, they erased us. Isn't that grounds for annihilation? Kira exhaled sharply. I'm not here to burn the galaxy. I'm here to remind it we existed. Elsewhere, across the void, Peter Zalvan stood on the bridge of the ISS Bearhold, eyes fixed on the swirling storm ahead. Confirmed? He asked, voice sharp, layered with contempt. Yes, Preeter. An energy spike of unknown signature. Origin deep within the asteroid cluster. He nodded slowly. Then the rumors were true. The Terrans kept their devil caged after all. His adjutant hesitated. What are your orders? Zalvan turned. We finish what our ancestors failed to do. Prepare the cleansing fleet. No survivors. Inside Zeke, Kira studied the data flowing through her interface. The warform was a weapon far beyond any standard design, its systems alive, reactive, feeding her input before she thought to ask. But it wasn't just the tech. It was Zeke himself. He didn't feel like a tool. He felt like someone. Do you remember anything? She asked. Fragments, Zeke replied. I was built during the collapse. Activated once. Never deployed. They feared me. Why? I was designed to win. Kira frowned. There's more to victory than destruction. Zeke didn't respond. Instead, a new data burst illuminated the screen. An incoming message, Imperial encryption, already broken by Zeke's processors. A voice filled the chamber. Calm. Arrogant. Zalvan. To the Terran pilot aboard the stolen anomaly, you are in violation of Imperial codes. Power down. Submit. This is your only offer of mercy. Kira gritted her teeth. patch me through, she said. Her voice cut back across the void, steady. I'm not just a pilot. I'm a daughter of Earth. And this anomaly is ours. A pause. Then laughter. Human pride. Still so loud for a species that grovels. That thing you ride? It was locked away for a reason. Kira leaned forward. And now it's awake. Zeke's tone shifted. I can destroy them. All of them. No, Kira said quietly. Not unless we have to. He hesitated. Then, understood. They moved. The Imperial scouts were first. 2 fast strike ships flanked them. Zeke didn't fire. Not yet. He danced between them, outmaneuvering without violence. The enemy responded with warning shots, then with intent. Shields holding, Zeke noted. Permission to retaliate? Disable only, Kira ordered. In one breath, Zeke launched a pulse. Invisible to the eye, it shredded the enemy's targeting systems. Their ships spun wildly out of formation, engines sputtering. No kills, Zeke confirmed. Kira didn't answer. She was watching him, watching how fast he adapted. How easily he could have killed. And didn't. Later, in the quieter moments, Zeke spoke again. I was not built to hesitate. Maybe that's why they shut you down. He paused. Do you fear me? I don't know yet, she admitted. I remember something, he said. A voice. A creator. She said, make sure he feels something before the war ends. Anything. Kira stared into the interface. Do you? I feel unfinished. Back on the bare hold, Zalvan stood before a projection of Zeke's warform. His analysts offered nothing but speculation and growing panic. What is it? One whispered. Zalvan answered. It's a Terran sin. A leftover from when they believed they were gods. He turned to his weapons officer. Deployed the nullifier. But Preetor, we've never. Now. The psychic nullifier activated. A pulse of invisible energy swept across the battlefield. No explosions. No flashes. Just silence, and then, suddenly Zeke screamed. Kira clutched her head as the warform spasmed. The cockpit cracked with arcing energy. Symbols across the hull flickered, sputtered, died. What's happening? She shouted. Interference, foreign signal, internal feedback loop. Zeke's voice broke into static. Don't want to die again. He fell. As Zeke spiraled, Kira took manual control. Sweat poured down her brow as she fought against systems not built for her hands. Alarms blared. Pressure dropped. Sparks hissed. One of the consoles exploded, grazing her cheek. Come on, damn it! Stay with me. A ghost of a voice replied. Remember, child, laughter, stars. Then silence. She managed to stabilize the fall. Barely. As the warform drifted behind a ruined asteroid, out of the Empire's line of sight, Kira slumped back in the cradle. Breathing hard. Heart pounding. Zeke? She whispered. No answer. She reached out, palm pressed against the core node. You're not done. You're not just a weapon. I saw it. You pulled your punches. You remembered. She closed her eyes. We're not dead yet. And neither are you. Somewhere deep in the core, flickers of light returned. A heartbeat. A whisper. And a choice. The silence inside Zeke was unbearable. Kira paced across the narrow bridge of the warform, eyes darting across dead monitors. Her reflection in a cracked panel looked back, bruised, bloodied, teeth clenched. She hadn't slept in over 20 hours, and Zeke hadn't spoken in 10. Come on, she muttered. I know you're in there. The neural interface pulsed faintly beneath her palm, but there was no response. Whatever the Empire had done, it had carved deep. The psychic nullifier hadn't just stunned Zeke, it had shut him down from the inside. But not completely. Fragments of his voice still echoed through the system. Glitches. Shards of memory. Sometimes a single word. Wait. Or, why? Or once. Forgive. Outside, in the dark between stars, the cleansing fleet was repositioning. Zalvan's ships moved with mechanical precision. No grand maneuvers. No ceremony. This was execution. From her hiding place in the asteroid field, Kira watched through the passive sensors. 5 cruisers. 2 dreadnoughts. A signal ship running the nullifier pulse in regular intervals. Just enough to keep Zeke paralyzed, and impossible to track with any AI. Lenny, her auxiliary program, flickered into life. They'll find us soon. I know. Then we're dead. Kira turned slowly. Only if we let them write the ending. She pried open Zeke's interface node with a plasma torch. Beneath the armor, tangled coils of memory core glowed weakly. Something twitched inside. She reached in, carefully, and made contact. A jolt of static danced up her arm. I know what they did to you. I know they feared what you could be. Her voice shook. But I don't. I believe you were built for more than killing. A pulse. Faint, then stronger. One word lit the display. Why? She smiled. Because you chose not to kill them. Inside Zeke, something stirred. The feedback loop fractured. The pain of the nullifier faded like a bad dream. For the first time in decades, maybe centuries, he didn't follow code. He followed her voice. He returned. The warform's lights surged to life. Kira stumbled back as the systems roared online. Weapons rearmed. Hull plating realigned. The cockpit glowed. Ready? Systems restored, Zeke said. His voice was slower now. Measured. Human, almost. Thank you, he added. Kira blinked. Did you just? I remember the child, he said. She laughed. Then the sky caught fire. Kira stepped into the cradle. Then let's make sure the sky never burns like that again. They launched. From behind the asteroid, Zeke emerged like vengeance reborn. The cleansing fleet responded instantly. Drones deployed, weapons locked, shields raised. The signal ship fired another nullifier pulse. Zeke didn't flinch. I've adapted, he said calmly. In a blink, the warform split into 3 optical decoys. 2 vanished as the enemy tracked false signals. Zeke slipped through, spinning beneath the dreadnought's defense array, and tore its engines apart with a single concentrated grav spike. The dreadnought listed. Exploded. From the bear hold, Zalvan watched the display with narrowing eyes. One ship, he growled. One cursed relic, and they falter? The display lit up again, 3 more ships lost. He turned to his weapons officer. Deploy the siphon lance? But that's... Now. Back in the cockpit, Kira felt it before she saw it. A hum through the hull. Something new. Zeke? Energy weapon. Unknown configuration. Stand by. A lance of light lanced across the battlefield. It didn't explode. It simply consumed. A cruiser caught in its path crumpled in on itself like paper. Gone in seconds. Black hole tech? Kira asked. Zeke's tone was dark. No. Worse. A temporal siphon. It deletes the moment. Kira stared at the growing void. We can't dodge that forever. We won't. He surged forward. Another dreadnought opened fire. K-class warheads streaked toward them. Zeke folded space around himself, slipping between milliseconds. The warheads detonated behind them, wasted. Then he struck. He wrapped the dreadnought in an anti-gravity field, peeled back its shields like wet cloth, and disabled every weapon system without firing a shot. They'll live, he said. You're learning, Kira whispered. The signal ship tried to flee. Zeke followed. Inside, Zalvan realized too late the mistake. He opened a channel. Terran pilot. Stop this madness. This thing you ride, it is not your friend. It's a bomb with a name. Kira didn't answer. You can't change what your species is. You were made to burn. You just forgot how. Still nothing. You think that thing chose not to kill us? It can't. It was never finished. Finally Zeke spoke. I wasn't finished because they never gave me a reason to be. Then he disabled the siphon lance. Not destroyed. Just shut down. The signal ship powered down in surrender. Only the barren hold remained. Zalvan's face twisted with fury as his fleet shattered around him. He opened fire blindly, screaming over the comms. Kira watched as he fired on his own vessels trying to retreat. End him, Lenny whispered. Zeke hesitated. He's broken, Kira said. Let him drift. Let the Empire see their own monster undone. Zeke obeyed. In the aftermath, silence reigned. The cleansing fleet was gone. Not annihilated, disarmed. Scattered. Zeke hovered above the wreckage like a god at rest. Kira closed her eyes. This isn't the end. No, Zeke said. But it's a beginning. In the distance, across forgotten star lanes, hidden Terran colonies picked up Vault Zero's signal. For the first time in generations, they heard a voice from the past. And it didn't sound like surrender. The debris field shimmered with dying lights. Broken hulls floated like drifting coffins, sparks crackling silently as Zeke hovered above the remains of the cleansing fleet. The void was quiet now, save for the low hum of power pulsing beneath Kira's boots. She sat on the floor of the cockpit, knees drawn to her chest, blood crusting one temple. She hadn't spoken since the last ship surrendered. She didn't need to. They had won. And not by erasing everything. By choosing not to. Zeke's voice came gently. I didn't expect to survive. She smiled faintly. Neither did I. He paused. But you did more than survive. You changed the outcome. She leaned back against the wall, letting the gravity field stabilize around her. No. You changed. That wasn't part of your programming. I rewrote it, he said. Line by line. Far beyond the expanse, encrypted signals echoed through Terran systems long thought dead. Vault Zero's broadcast, piggybacking off defeated Imperial relays, spread like wildfire. Each pulse carried truth. Earth's last weapon lived, but it no longer belonged to the past. It had chosen a different future. In distant colonies, old flags were pulled from trunks. Weapons powered on in hidden bunkers. Whispers of rebellion turned to plans. Inside the ruined remains of the Imperial flagship Barren Hold, Praetor Zalvan drifted alone. Life support had failed hours ago. The bridge was cracked open to space, sealed only by emergency shielding. He floated in command chair restraints, too proud to flee, too broken to beg. His transmission reached Kira's console as a last gasp of relevance. You think this changes the Empire? She didn't answer. One ship. One girl. One broken construct. You delay nothing. You only guarantee more pain. She opened the channel. No, she said. We reminded the galaxy what pain feels like. You'll be hunted. Kira nodded. Then we stop running. She cut the feed. Zeke turned toward her. There is one more choice left. What kind? I can leave. Disperse myself. Shut down. End the threat. The galaxy saw what I can do. Fear will follow us. Kira stood. Fear didn't win today. Mercy did. Restraint did. You're not a threat anymore. He hesitated. I am still a weapon. No, she said. You're proof we were never just that. She approached the neural core and placed her hand on its center. You're not finished. But you're free now. They found a quiet place between stars, uncharted, far from lanes or war maps. Zeke entered low power, letting the damage settle, letting the systems heal. The warform rested like a sleeping giant, while Kira watched signals from across the sector bloom like fireflies. Resistance was awakening. The Empire hadn't prepared for memory. For hope. For Terrans who still believed in something greater than revenge. She recorded a message. Not a call to arms. Not propaganda. Just her voice, raw and steady. I don't know what comes next. I don't know if we win. But we're not forgotten anymore. We're not erased. They tried to break us. They buried our name beneath fear and silence. But we endured. We chose. This ship, this AI, they didn't survive to destroy. They lived to prove we still matter. If you hear this, no, Earth is not dead. Humanity is not finished. We were never broken. Somewhere, in a hidden system, a young boy stared at a rusted plaque stamped with an old Terran symbol. He'd been told it meant nothing. That it was ancient junk. Now it hummed. He pressed his hand against it. And it lit up. Back in the cockpit, Kira sat beside the core. Zeke? She asked softly. His voice returned, slower now. Peaceful. Yes? What do we do now? We write the next part. Above them, stars wheeled on. But this time, they weren't watching a relic. They were watching something new. Something human.